Hi, this is Ishfaq Khan, and in this video I'm going to tell you what is bookkeeping and how to do bookkeeping. It's a quick recap and a guide for beginners. So bookkeeping is the process of recording, organizing and maintaining financial transactions for a business or individual. First step is the collection of required data. In this step, you gather the important information or data. In this process, you gather the important information that will be helpful to prepare the financial statements. For example, bank statements, cash flow, credit card statements, online sales record, receipts, payroll details, list of employees with their salaries, agreements, expense report, or any other relevant data that will be helpful to prepare the financial statements. This data may be in an accounting system, ERP system, or in Excel or manual record as well. During this process, there are few important questions that you need to ask. What is the source of revenue? What is their accounting cycle? What is their revenue cycle? How a transaction is completed, from where did a transaction starts and where it ends, and how that information can be used to get the data if you are unable to get the data directly. The first step, data is gathered according to the period so that we can prepare the financial statements. In the next step, we organize the data. By organizing or categorizing the data means you will have a specific chart of account. Information will go to which accounts, revenue, under revenue, and if you have different revenue accounts, sale of products, sale of services, branch wise or other detail, you organize data according to the chart of accounts or account heads. In the next step, once we have organized or we know that which data is where, we record the transactions. These transactions can be recorded in ERP or manually as well. Recording the transaction means it needs to be recorded in a systematic way. For example, data is already recorded in a bank statement, but it is not organized. In the bank statement, you will see the revenue, you will see the expenses, you will see the asset purchase, you will see the asset sales revenue. So all data is together, just for the sake of example. But from there, you will pull that data and record data according to proper account heads. We are recording the transaction according to their proper account heads so that we can get a meaningful recording of transactions so that we can get the financial statements. The next step, you will review and reconcile the important accounts. You will review account receivable, account payable, inventory account, and you can check SO statement of accounts and compare the amounts in your account heads. So this is very important step. You go through all the data that you have created and then reconcile it. It includes bank reconciliation as well, cash in hand, cash advances, account receivable, account payable, inventory account, statement of accounts and their due dates, accruals. For example, rent has been due. So if you are making monthly bookkeeping, so you have to divide the rent into 12 months accordingly, and unearned income. So all important areas are covered in this step. Now, when all the data is entered correctly according to your period, and in the next step, in the fifth step, you will review your financial statement. You review your income statement, balance sheet, or any management report is required, or any other management report that is required by the management. You review all that reports. So in the next step, then you go and check if you have to prepare any tax return. If any tax return is due or not, then you have to file that as well. In the last step, you review and analyze your reports. You check unreasonable variances. If you have the data from the last year, you compare it and then you check for the unreasonable variances. If you have budget, you have to you compare budget versus actual, and you also check important ratios. How much is the sales to revenue ratio or profit to revenue ratio? Then you will know if it is reasonable or not. If this is not reasonable, you just go through and look for the reasons for that. So that's it. That was a quick recap or review how to do bookkeeping for a particular period.